Cary Claiborne is the CEO of Adial Pharmaceuticals. ADIL is the stock symbol. Really interesting stuff here because they have a lead investigative drug called ADO4, and it's a genetically targeted serotonin receptor that is a treatment for alcohol use disorder, AUD, and it's currently under investigation. And really, when you talk about medicines for addiction, right?
Yeah.
It's people's ears perk up because I can't tell you. I mean, I remember when drinking and getting high were in vogue.
Yeah.
And it's
not so much
almost
anymore.
well, I mean, you hear major celebrities now, like let's say back in the 50s and 60s with the Rat Pack, okay? It was all about Cocktails Vegas and going out at night.
All about it, yeah.
Now, almost every celebrity you see, one way or another, is touting their sobriety.
Yep.
And sometimes, short-lived, sometimes long,
Right,
but
right.
it is a topic to where it's almost in vogue to say I've been sober for 20 years or I've been sober for 20 days or
Right.
whatever like that. Here to talk about that, of course, Cary Claiborne. Cary, how are you, sir? I was looking at the slides for this week. This is exciting stuff because the shocking reality is and I'm going to let you take the slide. The shocking reality part of it is going to stop everybody in their tracks. So I'll let you take it with our slides coming up.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot for having me. Always good to talk to you guys.
I think when you talk about we assumed that men and women respond to alcohol the same way. That's worrisome to you, correct? Based upon research.
Yeah,
Talk about that.
I think people may think that, but the reality is that the men and women are different. I think we all know that, right? They are different, but in terms of alcohol use, there's a real big difference there. You can have the same weight, man and woman, they can weigh exactly the same and drink the same amount, and a woman will get intoxicated faster. They will have a higher blood alcohol content because of the way their body metabolizes alcohol versus the way a man does.
So in plain English,
logical differences there.
so that means a woman, like your slide just said there, a woman processes alcohol differently, physiologically. It's not just a weight thing. It's a physiological
Yeah, see, I always thought it was like a smaller woman was going to get drunk quicker, but that's not it, huh?
That's not it. I mean, I think historically that is what people thought. They just weigh less, so that's why they, get drunk faster. But no, it's you can weigh the same, but there's definitely differences in just the way the body for a woman metabolizes alcohol versus a man.
So when you address, let's call it the lack of treatment, right? For women specifically, that's a big deal here because you're talking about women use alcohol more often to self-medicate or relieve stress, while men more frequently just do it because they want to go out and have a good time. I mean,
Exactly.
That's a scary thought. I mean, look, you can laugh and snicker that guys are going to go to the bar and have a great time, but it is a sad reality when you start thinking about a woman coping by drinking. That's a tough one.
You think about, I mean, women are under a lot of stress, right? They're usually the ones taking care of the kids and doing things and then trying to balance that with a career. And it just got worse during the pandemic where we saw a huge increase in the number of women that are starting to be suffering from alcohol use disorder.
Well, there's also a big mommy wine culture. Like, give me my, I mean, I was
Yes.
a part of it. I haven't had a drink in 10 years, but I was definitely at one time a part of that. And it was, mommy juice, mommy needs her juice. And it's like, the kids are screaming, I just need something to take me away from that. Calgon, take me away was more like, rosé. I wanted to ask you though, Cary, is AUD the same thing as alcoholism, but we're changing the name because people kind of shudder at the thought of alcoholism, so they don't want to think that they have it. So AUD is a softer, gentler way to say it, or is it different?
It's essentially alcoholism, but the science has evolved with most addictions to say it's really a disease and it's a disorder. So there are other factors, but you're spot on. Essentially, it's someone that struggles with alcohol is essentially someone that has AUD.
Yeah.
Okay, so this and here comes Adial Pharmaceuticals because based upon what you talked about, there's a treatment built on, as you say, biology. So talk about that. Talk about where we're at, and talk about this therapy, because it's exciting.
Well, so the interesting thing is historically, right now the data says that about 50% of the people estimated to have AUD now are women. But the drugs and the studies were done primarily with men, and the approach had been a one size fits all. Our approach is precision treatment is based on genetics and your DNA. So it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. You know, if you have a certain biomarker, our data shows that our drug should be able to help you drink less,
And that
takes away some of these other factors.
Well, and the same place you say that means that abstinence is not a function at this point. I mean, you've deleted the need for abstinence because you've taken the desire away. Is that overstating?
Well, our goal, and our drug is designed to help you drink less and not require you to go cold turkey on day one and try to stay that way forever or for many years. So it's because a lot of people can't do that.
Yeah, that's the number one barrier, right?
Right. It is the number one barrier.
I want to talk about what you call a platform for precision addiction, because precision addiction medicine is something that I've never even heard of now. And suddenly, it doesn't make sense that this isn't fast-tracked by the FDA, because it was just the numbers alone would declare this a medical emergency, correct?
We believe so. I mean, it's an alarming growth rate. I think one of the slides we showed earlier, alcohol-related deaths among women has increased 35% in the last 5 years, averaging about 14% a year or more, 20% more, almost 20% more than men. So we think it's a definite huge unmet need that we hope that we can get our drug approved at some point, and any help we can get on the regulatory front to get that done even sooner is the way we can start helping people even sooner that are struggling with this.
Can this also potentially overlay onto obesity or smoking cessation or anxiety or any other psychosomatic or psychological issues that people are struggling with?
Yeah, we believe the way our drug works, because it really works in the brain and impacts the dopamine reward system, which impacts your cravings and the impulsivity to drink, and even the way you cope and handle stress. That's all done in the brain. And those things you just mentioned, overeating, anxiety, gambling, a lot of those things are driven by cravings and impulse-driven behavior. So we think long-term, our drug could potentially work in all those different areas. Those are down the road. Our primary focus right now is getting approval for that. But we do believe there's a potential to treat those other conditions as well.
Cary, it's like you were talking about genetics and DNA, and this is like a precision medicine that's precisely aimed to target the makeup of somebody. But do you do tests on the person, and then that decides the dosage, or how does that work?
Yeah, so that's the first step, a DNA test essentially, because our data is based on patients that have a certain genetic biomarker. And if they have that biomarker, our data has shown that this drug should help them drink less. So if you don't test positive, you're really not a candidate. But if you do test positive, that's the first step. The dose is the same. We're not modifying the dose based on that test. It's a very ultra low dose, which is important because that affects the low side effects that we have on the drug. And a lot of people start a treatment, but then they stop because they can't tolerate the drug. Our dose is so low. What we've seen in our studies is very low side effects, which helps people stay on the drug longer and therefore get better treatment.
Hey, Cary, I can't wait to have you on for a whole hour when you come in person in San Diego sometime. It'd be great. Unbelievable company. The name of the company is Adial Pharmaceuticals, ADIL. Cary Claiborne. Cary, thanks so much. We'll see you probably next week. I got more to ask you.
I do too. We need more.
Good stuff. Medicines for Addiction. More Big News Show coming up. Stand by.
Welcome to Loft 100 Studios, San Diego's Emmy Award-winning production studio, creative hub, and unique private or corporate event space. Host your next corporate or special event in our spacious main room. Utilize a green screen or our 3 million LED lights video wall to create the newest upcoming sales video, or record that podcast or YouTube show that you've been wanting to make happen. Take your creative endeavor to the next level at Loft 100 Studios. Scan the QR code or go to loft100studios.com to book a tour.